episode 19 of the On the Air podcast starring you and today's guest. Born in Atlanta, raised in New Orleans. She tells it like it is, how it was, and how it's gonna be. She's the host of the upcoming podcast, Feels Like Good Music. You can find her on Twitter at She's So Sadiddy. Please welcome Nona. Welcome to another episode of the OTAPshow, otherwise known as the On the Air podcast, starring you. And this week, one of my absolute most favorite people on the planet. I mean, you cannot help but love this person, be it her accent or just how warm she makes you feel. Give it up for the homie. Now, I don't want to say the name wrong because my past few episodes, I've been saying folks' name wrong. They've been correcting me on the show. Hey, my name is like this, and so you say your name this time.
No, you can say it.
All right.
I'm pretty sure you got it.
I mean, it's not but 4 letters, right?
Yeah, it's just 4 letters.
All right, so I'm gonna try it. Don't cut my head off if I get it wrong.
I will not. I promise.
All right, so it's Nona.
You got it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm
Boy,
saying.
you smart. You is smart. You is kind. You is important.
Now wait, you didn't hit me with one of those. You got it right, just so we can move forward. Did you? Like I really did get it right.
No. That's it.
All
you
right.
got it.
Is it short for something?
No, that's just my name.
That's it.
Let me tell you about my name. My dad named me.
Your dad named it?
My dad.
Oh, you a junior?
My dad named me.
No, he named you. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he took total control over my name. So my entire name was my daddy's creation, and so he named me after the wildest person in music at the time when I was born. So,
okay.
Yeah. So my dad was infatuated with Nona Hendrix, who was a member of Lavelle.
Okay.
And, I mean, if you go back and you look during the time, she was mad eclectic for 76. So, yeah. So, my dad named me after her. Marvin Gaye had a daughter named Nona. And so, my dad was a big Marvin Gaye fan. So, it was 2 birds with 1 stone.
Okay, cool. Born and raised in New Orleans.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Nah. And,
what's the story?
How the Fresh Prince song start off?
Now you put me on the spot, and I know the damn song.
How the Fresh Prince song start off?
What did he say? Why can I only think in the middle of it? Oh shit! Now I'm fucking up.
Yeah.
And this is a story all about how my life got flipped upside down.
That's what I wanted to say. All right. Here's a little story all about how I actually was I was born in Atlanta. I am a Grady baby.
Really?
Fulton County born. Yeah.
What? Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So home team.
Straight out the SWAT.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, really.
This is news to me.
My parents met in Atlanta. My mother is from Birmingham. My dad's from New Orleans. My grandfather actually was one of the first people of color that was over Marriott hotels. And when Marriott would go to cities to start building, they would pull my grandfather to come and set up the food and beverage department. And so my dad's last stint, my grandfather's last stint, they went to Atlanta and they lived there. And then when he passed away in 69, I'm old. When he passed away in 69, my family went back home, but the children were adults by then. So everybody else stayed in Atlanta. So my dad, his sister, his brother, the 3 oldest, they all stayed in Atlanta and everybody else came back to New Orleans. So yeah, my dad met my mom in Atlanta. I am a Grady baby.
Everything about you is Atlanta, and yet you found some way to become a Saints fan.
Hold up. Let me get you together right now. Okay. Let's talk about what we're not going to do. Okay. What we're not going to do.
Okay.
Because we have this really good rapport going on right here.
Okay,
we're
baby.
Not going to talk about football tonight.
We're not going to talk about football.
Talk about football tonight. Now, my dad was married before me. Okay. I have a brother with my dad. My brother is oh my God, diehard Falcons fan. He stayed in Atlanta. He didn't come to New Orleans when,
good for him.
When we moved back to New Orleans. So he stayed with his mom. So yeah, we get into these things all the time.
Oh, okay.
It's always something.
Yeah.
So we always at it. I used to have a theory. Well, even still, when we lived in New Orleans, when the Falcons would come, our house was always full of Falcons fans because all of the people we knew from Atlanta would come and they would stay at our house, and it was a big thing. But it was always, it was always love. It wasn't like, it always just kind of be like a reunion. Like, hey, yeah, they come in for the Falcons. And it's like you understood. You're going to get to see all your favorite cousins for the Falcons game and the whole 9 yards. So,
yeah.
So I tell people all the time, like, the Falcons thing lately has gotten really acrimonious. I think because of social media. It used to just kind of be like understood, just that one time a year we hate each other thing. And 2 times a year we hate each other. But now it's just like an ongoing thing. You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, it's a little more vicious now, and that's cool.
Yeah, it is.
That's
it's cool. I mean, as long as that's not your life. Some people, they be out here like going hard, like, I can't stand you, Falcons fan. Like, nah.
I mean, it's fun. Like, it's for me and like some of my friends.
Fun.
It's cool. Like, for shit talk and stuff like that. But I mean, I'm not seriously trying to whoop somebody's ass because you got a fleur de lis around your neck.
No. That's why it was so funny. What was that this weekend when the 49ers fans was beating up the Vikings fans?
Yeah.
Or whatever at the game. And I'm like, what the hell?
But you know what? That's not really the first time, that's happened.
Yeah, I hear that San Francisco fans are like right up there with Philly fans.
Yeah, they kind of up there. And it's crazy because the Falcons and the Saints used to be in that division. We used to have to play.
Right.
We used to be in NFC West where we had to see Jerry Rice and Joe Montana twice a year.
But you know what? We still have to see them because remember that what was that, the 11 game, the 10-20, was it 10-11 when we lost to San Francisco like in the last however many minutes, and then y'all went on and y'all played the Packers in y'all stadium, and that's when y'all fans left in the third quarter. That's right.
I bet you could have told that story without saying that last part. I bet you could have did that.
Because it was prologue. You have to preface everything with everything.
Oh, okay. I see what's going on here.
Because didn't it come to be that the 49ers had to play the Packers, and I see the Packers beat the Niners? It was something along them lines.
Yeah. I mean, I got you. So, we really need that part of the story,
Yeah,
You know what? There is one time where I will give the Saints a pass for beating the Falcons, and that was when y'all first opened the dome back up after Katrina. When
that was dope as hell.
When dude blocked the punt.
The thing about that, let me tell you, the thing about that though is like energy in the city was crazy. Like that particular day, it was like the energy in the city was just ridiculous. Like everybody was. I mean, we didn't even really have any expectations. You know what I'm saying? It was just kind of like, we were just kind of excited that we were going to be back in the stadium. We didn't know that we were going to be one game away from the Super Bowl last season.
Yeah.
Because that year, and what was really funny, was that season, the Bears beat us. And I think the Bears beat us to play the Colts, and the Colts won.
Yeah.
If we had beat the Bears that year, we would have seen Indianapolis twice in the Super Bowl because we would have seen them for that 06-07 season and for the 09-10 season. See? I was
Yeah.
just like, oh, you see how that works out?
It's crazy how all those things like come together. Like I remember I was watching that game, and I mean, of course, here's what my thought was. It was like, dang, this their first time back in the Superdome, since Katrina, and they about to take this ass whooping. That was my thought. I was like,
It was
man,
just weird, and the thing about it was like it was a really beautiful day. I mean, it was a beautiful day outside. The city was full of people who wasn't even necessarily going to the game. You know what I'm saying? It was just like people were just going. You know,
it
you
it
know,
it's it sounded different on the TV.
yeah, it's just you know the energy of the city itself was just like ridiculous levels of oh my god, yes, look at us. You know, so it was pretty dope.
Then
You
when
know,
then
I say that you
go ahead.
know, I say everybody should have that type of experience in their hometown for your first home game, even not just because of Katrina. It's
Yeah.
just everybody was just so behind the squad because of what the squad represented. That's why it gets kind of funny when people are like, "Oh, y'all just became Saints fans after the Saints won the Super Bowl." And I think I've said a couple of times on Twitter that like for people from New Orleans who are really Saints fans, it's about more than just a football team.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like it's kind of just like because you know they they're like the symbol, they're like our representation. So it's almost like if you come for our team, you coming for us too. You just kind of had that complex. It's almost like if you were bullied your whole life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then finally you beat the bully's ass. So, or you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you just
The Saints
develop this complex.
the Saints are
Where you
embedded
just
in
kind
that
of like,
community. Like the Saints are like really like embedded in the community like grass. Like this you see the symbol
yeah,
everywhere. You know what I mean? You see the black and the like everything about them is New Orleans, which is super, which is dope. Which is
yeah.
awesome.
So I mean, for us, it's bigger than that, especially since Katrina, because it's just like we might not have a lot of the stuff in New Orleans has changed since Katrina. Like it's some places, when I go home to visit, I'm like, yeah, I want to go to so and so, and somebody might tell me, oh, that's not there no more, or they closed, or somebody else own it and it's not good no more, or whatever it might be. But the one thing that's never changed is that the Saints are New Orleans' team. So
Yeah.
it's just like even in spite of all of this that's changed, that's the one thing that's constant. So we kind of cling to that because it's like that's like one of the last original New Orleans institutions we have. That outlasted Katrina because so much is different.
So
So
let's talk about that. Let's kind of dive into how different it is because for me, I've never been to New Orleans. I plan to go. Hopefully, I can get there this year. I've been everywhere else, so look for me there. So I don't know about New Orleans outside of just the culture itself. You know what I mean? I don't know what New Orleans was before Katrina and then post Katrina. Like I'll hear people tell me, it's changed, it's different. Then I read about the gentrification that's going on.
yeah,
So
yeah.
give an idea for me and everyone else that's listening the differences between pre Katrina and post Katrina New Orleans.
Okay. Um. Well, basically, like this, I think of New Orleans in terms of before and after. I mean, any person who survived Katrina, they think of it in terms of before and after.
Uh-huh.
I like to refer to New Orleans as a really big city, a really small city with a big city feel, but it still feels like a small city. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
New Orleans, you could literally get from one end of New Orleans to the next in bumper to bumper traffic in 20 minutes. Like sitting
Wow.
in traffic 20 minutes in New Orleans is like, oh my God, I want to rip my eyelashes out. Like that's Like, even if you just sitting in traffic for 20 or 30 extra minutes, compared to my commute now, if I wanted to go into town, I would have to leave my house like an hour before because I'm going to be sitting in traffic for an hour. So that's just to kind of give you context about how small it is.
Mm-hmm.
That there's literally only I-10. You're going to take I-10. Everything is I-10. There's no 85, 285, 75, 10, 20, south. There's none of that. So, it's real community. Things are really, but I'm speaking before Katrina. Things are, for example, my kids were 9, 7, and 5. And they used to catch the city bus to school, without me. The bus driver knew, these were the children, they knew where to sit. They knew their neighbors. The neighbors would look out for them when they came home. Things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Certain things, cultural type things, that my mother might have shared with me, I might have learned, I talk a lot about, I'm very intuitive spiritually, and as I've gotten older, it's gotten enhanced, and I didn't understand it.
Uh-huh.
So, a lot of the things that I know, like in terms of, what herbs help with this or what herbs help with that, or, things like that, are things that my mom taught me, but I cannot share that with my kids because they don't see everybody in my family doing it.
Mm.
So there's a missed family component that's missing because we're all broken up now. I have family that's in Atlanta. I have family that's in Dallas. I have family that's in DC. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like things that would have been normal that when my kids see me do it, now they're like, "Mom, what's that?"
Mm-hmm.
Like, "Whoa, what's
It's
that
odd
about?"
to them.
It's kind of weird to them. So there's a breakdown of things that you pass down culturally.
Right.
So I try to keep it as authentic with my children as I can, given the fact that I would be considered a straight up weirdo if I was publicly doing a lot of the stuff that I talk about here in Houston. People would be like, "Oh my God!" But in New Orleans, that's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing for us to talk about burning sage. It's nothing for us to talk about going to the herb shop and you need this to get this energy out your house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's definitely a different energy about New Orleans now. And I think it has a lot to do with gentrification because people saw an opportunity, to come in and a marginalized people were no longer there. And so they said, okay, we can make capital off of this.
Mm.
By and large, the government, they pretty much bailed out on, everyday citizens of New Orleans, or the Gulf Coast in general. I can't speak for, the places like Mississippi and Alabama that got some of the stuff from Katrina, but they bailed on us. Like, I think I told a story a couple of weeks ago, like FEMA sent me a bill, told me I owed them. I had to fight, cry, and then they get checked into a mental institution.
So wait.
Fighting for them to give me...
Wait,
Yeah.
FEMA. So dive into it a little bit more about FEMA.
Okay.
And what the image that they put out, what they're supposed to be, and exactly what it was, because this is the story that you won't hear on TV. You won't hear this on CNN.
So basically, what they did, they had the way that the city is laid out. 80% of the city was underwater, right?
Uh-huh.
So the way FEMA did it was, if you lived in certain zip codes that they knew beyond a shadow of a doubt was definitely underwater, then they just automatically advanced you. They just gave you the max benefit or whatever it was.
Uh-huh.
But if you stayed in other zip codes that may or may not have been definitive, because it's based on distance from where the levee broke. And I like to tell people all the time that Katrina is not why New Orleans flooded. Katrina has absolutely nothing to do with why New Orleans flooded. It was the incident that caused, the lakes to swell, that caused the levees to fail. So the New Orleans was flooded by the Army Corps engineers. Their poor, shitty-ass engineering is what put New Orleans underwater. Wow. Not the storm itself. Because New Orleans beat the storm. We beat it.
Yeah, my understanding of it was that it was known that the levees needed work.
Yeah, like earlier that summer. And the thing about it was really strange that summer. It was just like a weird energy. It was like people were getting shot like 9 people. I remember one day that summer, like 9 people, it was like 9 people got shot in one day. It was like, damn, like what is going on? And then we had a couple of tropical storms before Katrina, the same summer, but they were like back to back. But it was like, this is weird. And then when Katrina came, it was like, okay, we didn't think it was going to be bad. We went ahead and evacuated. And then the day, when we were going to head back after they had said, okay, well, the worst passed, New Orleans is not bad at all. We get ready to get in the car and go ahead on and ride back to the house and cut the news on at night, and the levees broke. So it wasn't the storm that did what it did. It was the faulty levee. But yeah, so FEMA basically, okay, they say, okay, well, you might have had flood water, but we need an inspection. Okay, so funny story about my inspection. When I didn't go back when they opened the city back to go retrieve whatever you could get or to see your property or whatever.
Uh-huh.
I didn't go back. I sent my husband back. And he was like, when he pulled up, he was like, yeah, everything is cool. Everything is fine. He was like, it's just a few shingles off the house. Like, it's just a few shingles off the house. It's not bad. And then he opened the door, and it was daylight inside.
Wow.
Like, the whole wall was gone. Like I'm telling you, could you imagine like a dollhouse where like, if you were looking into the dollhouse, like there was a bowl of popcorn on the dresser from like where we had left. You could see the phone, the TV. It's like a dollhouse.
Just the interior just completely just gone.
Wall just like, hey, you can see the other side of the street,
Wow.
So we I'm like, okay, cool. This is not gonna be no thing. We were looking for the electric meter. The electricity meter for the house was like 2 blocks away from the house. Like the wind blew it out. So we found out that we had a small tornado in our particular area, which is why that was like that. So we're like, okay, I'm thinking, cool, it's nothing. FEMA, take my pictures, do this, do that. Get a call, oh, you need you to come for the inspection. I was like, do I really need to come there? Because by the time I got my first inspection, it was like Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. Mind you, Katrina was in August, Thanksgiving, first inspection.
Wow.
So I'm like, okay, so I had to drive from Houston, which FEMA inspections was my reason for coming to Houston. So I was like, okay, if I need to do an inspection or whatever, I'm closer to Houston because I was either going to go to Houston or Atlanta. So I was like, okay, well, I know if I go to Houston, I could get to New Orleans faster. That was the only reason.
Okay.
So I come out there, God, it's like, I get there, storm and rain, day after Thanksgiving. I was like, yeah, see, you lost. Now, mind you, I was renting, so the property owner, he had to start getting his property together. You think he's just going to let his property sit open for 2-3 months? No. So he had to, do what he had to do. So the guy gets there, he's like, we don't see no damage here. I was like, sir, do you realize that it's been 3 months since Katrina? You expect the house to still be wide open? Like, nothing makes you like, you're right. I said, oh, you only had $1,000 worth of damage. I'm like, what? So I had to do an appeal. I wound up having to appeal like 6 times. And what was funny about it was every inspector that I had was a black person. Every inspector I had was black. The last time when I finally got what I got, I thought this man he was a racist. I thought he was a racist white man. I mean, he was country. He called me on the phone, Miss Nona. I mean, I was like, this is just, I was like, just forget about it. I was like, I don't have the energy no more. I'm just not. And I was like, do I need to come drive there? He was like, no, ma'am. He was like, anybody who goes through the changes and doing all of these appeals and sending all of this stuff you sent, just don't even worry about it. This is just how he said it. Don't even worry about it. Just go ahead on and check what you need to check. It'll be okay. I checked and he paid me. Fine. Finally, For 5 people, they gave me $13,000 to replace everything I lost. For 5 people.
Wow.
$13,000. We could not bring anything from, nothing was salvageable. Like everything that I own is under 10 years old. So, yeah, so $13,000 divided by 5. So that's roughly how much per person to replace everything. That's not even including like furniture, talking clothes, you name it. So that was bullshit in and of itself, right?
Yeah. Because that's like 20. That's like 25, 2,600 a person. Cars don't even depreciate that fast.
Yeah, right. You get what I'm saying? So it's like that's whatever. So 3 years after that, I get a letter from FEMA. They're like, "Hey, we overpaid you by $2,000, and we're gonna take your tax return." I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Like, I was like, "Okay." So when I contacted them, like, "Can I appeal this? Like, how?" And they were like, "Oh, you missed the statute of limitations to do an appeal. So you're either gonna have to pay it, or we're gonna take it out of your tax return." I was like, "You know what? Fuck it. Do what you do." So it's still like failures on massive levels about the Katrina shit. You know, it's educational failure, community failure, political failure. It's just trash. It's trash all around. And they always show the picture of New Orleans. Oh, New Orleans is back. New Orleans is healthy. New Orleans. No. The places that make New Orleans money are safe and healthy and this and that and the third. Everything else outside of that little area, people still struggling. You know, it's not a living wage in New Orleans. The cost of living has gotten ridiculous in New Orleans.
Really?
It's just, oh, hell yeah. You used to come live in New Orleans if you made minimum wage because you might have had a 2-bedroom, you might have had a little 2-bedroom house, and your rent was only $450, you know, before Katrina. If you work in hospitality, if I work front desk at the hotel and I make $8 an hour, I can stay in a really nice neighborhood. My rent might be $450 for a 2-bedroom. I have to pay, you know, my utilities, my water and stuff, but I can live. Oh no, the same 2-bedroom that might have been $450 before Katrina is now $1,300.
Wow.
Because like I'm telling you, it's just. Man, listen, I could go on all day about that. It's ridiculous. And that's what's driving the gentrification because they see the opportunity. And, you know, now New Orleans is this, I want to go live in a city that's experiencing a renaissance. So you have all of these transplants who have no connection to the culture of the city who live there. You know what I'm saying?
So because of that, is the city losing its culture?
It is, because, you know, a very big part of our culture in New Orleans, we got from our schools because our teachers were born in New Orleans, raised in New Orleans. So when we would be going, you know, we had these, you know, they understand it's nothing for a second line band to be walking by your school in the middle of the school day. You know, you learning about your culture. You talking a lot about, you know, Black people have everything to do with New Orleans being as vibrant as it is. People of color, you know, we're responsible for that. So now you have educators who are educating in the schools who are all these, you know, Teach for America types. So I want to go to New Orleans and help poor kids types. And they have no cultural ties, so this isn't being passed on to the children. So what you have now is a bunch of people who live in New Orleans who don't really understand it. They don't know why. You have people who come and they want to live in Treme, but then they want the regulations to change that says that you can't have live music in Treme without a permit. But you chose to live in Treme. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like you chose to live in this neighborhood because you saw on a television show that it's always Mardi Gras Indians and second line bands. And then you got here, and now you want the city council to outlaw that. Like, you know, stuff like that destroys culture. That's you know, these are things that are embedded in the culture of the city. It's nothing to see a brass band, you know, playing during a funeral and an impromptu parade as a funeral happens. It's nothing to see, kids tap dancing for dollars and change and quarters. That's nothing. But what you have now is you have these transplants who think, oh no, that's too not sterile. That's not sterile enough. It's not safe. It's not white enough. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So so that's what they want to do.
Do
And
you
that's basically what you have happening.
do you take that as a personal attack?
I take it as an attack on. I actually do. I take it personally, and I take it as an attack on blackness, because and anybody who you follow me, I'm always into it. It's an attack on blackness. It's an assault on black cultural, how we maintain community, because your customs determine how linked you are to your community. So, okay, like for instance, black people all across the country on New Year's Day, what you gonna have it on your pot? Your mama said you need some black eyed peas and some greens. You need some black eyed peas and cabbage. You need some black eyed. You need beans and a green or something on whatever you have. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's certain things that are black and cultural that are coast to coast black, right?
Yep.
So that links us as community.
Right.
That makes us. That's a common bond that we have. So that makes us community. So when you break it down and you start dissecting things on a micro level, where you look and you say, okay, now this is how I'm tied to my area. Okay, say you from zone 6, there are things that are unique to zone 6, right?
Right.
So that's a cultural thing. Nobody's going to come into where you are and tell you that this is not what's normal. You get what I'm saying? Because this is what it is. You came here, you knew what it was. So when you start trying to break that down and call and say that that's, it's destructive, or you say that it's not safe, or it's not this, or it's not that, because it's not tied to your culture and your system and your history and your philosophy, well, that's an insult to me. You get what I'm saying? Because we have different worldviews. I'm not going to come to your house. I'm not going to go to New York and tell New Yorkers how to eat their pizza. You get what I'm saying?
You're not going to New York and say, hey, cut that big ass slice in half, damn it.
Yeah, I'm not going to come to New York and tell you how to, I'm not going to come to New York and tell you, it's way too many lights in Times Square. I'm not going to come here and tell you that. You get what I'm saying? But you come to New Orleans, you moved here, all of these people moved here, and you want to say, we need to ban smoking in bar rooms. Like, let's think about this. Really? You want to ban smoking in bar rooms? Okay, well, if you can't be around smoke, don't go to a bar room.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, it's just, it's just this whole, it's trash. It's trash, like, on a whole other level. But it's attacking basically, if you can break down community, then you can split it up, you can divide it, and you can conquer it. So that, when you look into breaking down cultural significance, if you don't have culture, you're a blank slate. Somebody can come in and do whatever they want.
Exactly.
And then it's just like, okay, well, what are you going to do? What can you do? So you have this, there's a small sector of people who, I say that my generation is the last real New Orleanians. The last real New Orleanians. You know what I'm saying? Because we saw it all. We experienced the things that our parents experienced. We experienced the things that our parents' experienced. Our kids, the kids, I call out my kids the children of the storm. They'll never know the things they'll never know what it means to have a teacher who taught your mother, who taught your aunt, your uncles. They'll never know what that is.
Wow. That's deep, actually.
You get what I'm saying? They'll never know what it's, they won't know, what it's like to have the same obstetrician that delivered you. You get what I'm saying? They won't know what it's like to have, to know that the same bus that brought your mom to school is bringing you to school. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a thing, you know. The same grocery store that you can walk in I mean, even as recently as 2005, you could walk in a grocery store or a pharmacy, a neighborhood pharmacy. And if you didn't have enough money for your prescription, the pharmacist would say, okay, give me however much you have, and then I'll take care of it from there. Or when you get the rest, come get the rest of your prescription. Community.
Yeah.
You don't have that. You don't have that anymore. Everything is big box now. It's a Walgreens on every corner. It's a Rite Aid on every corner. It's nothing is community based. So basically, you're living in a transaction society where it's just transaction based and not connections based.
Does local or local government, state, whoever, does government do anything to try to get you all's buy-in?
No, they're just trying to sell. They just the leadership. Well, Bobby Jindal is our governor, and
yeah, I just heard him last night.
Yeah, he's the
dude is wild,
dumbest motherfucker. Like you
wow.
blacker than me, and you swear you white as rice. Like,
right,
come on, man.
Right.
Like, dude, you bought it hook, line, and sinker. Like, you have him, and then our mayor, which I believe comes from a long line of blacks who passed for white, which is the story in New Orleans that the Landrew family has long been passe blanc, which means passes for white, but they're actually black. Yeah, he's just selling New Orleans out part and parcel to whoever the highest dollar is, whoever has come with the most money. So, what can you do?
Wow.
I mean, what can you do? And when you have blacks that are financially disadvantaged and disenfranchised, where your money is your power. So if you're not at the table for the money talks, then you nobody care about you. That's just what it is.
Would you ever move back to New Orleans?
Hell yeah. I told my daughter, I have my oldest daughter is a junior in college. My son will be graduating high school this year. Next year, my baby girl will be graduating. I told her, I said, you got till June 30th, 2017 to get your life, because I'm getting the fuck out of Houston. I'm like, I can't deal. I did my due diligence. I made sure my children had a chance at a better education than they could get in New Orleans, because the education is pure trash there now. I made sure they got the best education they could get, and we good. I'm out. You on your own. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't. Because, I'm getting older now. And I wanna go back and make sure community, I can do as much as I can to maintain community and culture as I can. You know what I'm saying? If I want to do as much of my part as I can possibly do. And I just don't fit here. I don't have no attachment to Houston. I'm a kind of person where I like putting roots down. I've never been inclined to buy a piece of dirt in Houston. Like, I'm serious. If somebody was giving me land a week, I would take it and sell it to somebody else, because I don't want it. Like, I just don't want to have no attachment to it.
Is that because of your roots in New Orleans, your fondness for New Orleans, or is it because you just dislike Houston? Like, is it Houston's fault?
To me, Houston is a place where it's a big melting pot. I call Houston Houston is almost to me like a New York South. Huh. It's like you get people from it's literally people from every walk of life in Houston. And, to me, it's culturally, unless you Texas born, you're either going to love Houston or you're going to hate it. I don't hate it like I used to. It's bearable, but I don't have any connection, because to me, it's not a strong enough connection to black culture to me.
Oh.
Like, it's like, black culture is relegated to trail rides and the black trail rides. It's not like you see the mark of blackness on Houston. You know, in New Orleans, you can't escape it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just what it is. I tell people all the time, I'm the most militant, pro-black, light-skinned bitch you ever gonna meet. I give with his name, Huey Newton.
Yeah.
I give him a run for his money. Because I'm just, like, that's me. I tell people that all the time, like, look, don't get it twisted. Because they'll saying things you're sweet if you want to. But you done told you about yourself. It's funny because white people think it's real funny. White people think because I'm light skinned that I'm not quite black.
Really?
So they try to do all of their little digs, you know what I'm saying, little microaggressions. It's real funny. You know what I'm saying? It's real funny.
What do they do? What's the funniest instance of this?
It's particularly funny when I meet people who aren't sure that I'm black at all.
What do they think you are?
Like out here, a lot of people think I'm Dominican. Out here, they think I'm either Dominican or
because of the accent.
Cuban or no, because of how I look. Like you know, I didn't realize Dominican people look like me.
Shit,
like
you.
Dominicans and Cubans, a lot of, you know, we look like. And I am Cuban and black, but nobody, on initially meeting me, nobody ever thinks that I'm just black. You know what I'm saying? They either think I'm mixed or they think I'm Hispanic. So they'll either, you know, kind of try it with a little microaggression, and then I go ahead and let them know I'm all the way black. You know what I'm saying? And then they be like, oh, okay.
Give me a story.
Oh, okay.
Give me a story of something that happened when you did it.
There's a lady at my job, right?
Uh-huh.
There's a lady at my job, and she is the microaggression queen.
Oh.
She's the queen of microaggression. She's gotten better, but she used to be terrible. And what she would do this one time, she asked me, she said, because she didn't know my kid's father's name. Because it wasn't her business. I don't tell people my business that I work with unless I fuck with you.
Right.
I either deal with you or I fuck with you, right? Okay.
Right.
So you don't really need to know. So, when I was writing down, you know, like all the contact information, because we have like an emergency contact card from my department, so I'm writing all the information down, and she said, I heard you say you got married in 1998. Well, your first daughter was born in 95, right? Yeah, right. Well, how long did it take for you to change her last name?
Whoa.
And so I'm sitting up here and I'm like, bitch, you tried it. Bitch, you tried it. Because you know what she was getting at, right?
Uh-huh.
She was either trying to say that my child's dad wasn't my husband, or she was trying to imply that my kid was illegitimate. Like, I don't know what she was getting at.
Yeah.
And so when she said that, I said, she's like, 'cause I know that takes a really long time. I said, you know what? I don't know how long it takes because I never had to do that. You know, my kid's father signed all of their birth certificates himself. Can you believe it? Black men sign birth certificates, girl. Did you know? And she said, oh, I didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry. I said, oh, girl. Yeah. I said, yeah. Black men sign birth certificates, baby. You know? Like, she was just like, couldn't believe it. Because she was like, yeah, you got married in 98, so you had a kid in 97, you had a kid in 95, but you got married in 98. I said, you count really well. Like, and this one is a junior, yeah. And the two oldest, their names are spelled like, yeah, because their names like their dad. Like, what do you want me to do? But your last baby is spelled in? Okay, because we switched it up then. Like, it's cute. Like, I always catch up, but, you know, it's funny. I'm like, girl. I like to hit them right back with the nice nasty.
Yeah,
You know, white people like doing the nice nasty. You got to do the nice nasty with white people. they like it.
Uh-huh.
They like it. And we'll do the nice nasty. Because they can't tell if you curse them out or if you're going to flat their tires or put extra Kool-Aid in their fruit punch. So what the fuck you going to do? They just, well, you can just keep, white people be petrified. Petrified when you do nice nasty back at them. Oh God. She sent me an email one day. Did I do something to offend you? Bitch, did you? I don't know. Did you? I mean, like, they be perpetually freaked out.
Yeah.
Like, you be like, oh.
Now you want to think about the shit after the fact.
Yeah, now you want to think about the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like one time she came in that bitch, she said, my daughter was dating a white Jewish guy at the time, right?
Uh-huh.
So they come to the office and come and, sit with me a little while. And so we all leaving one day. So she said, she was coming back and she said, I'm watching this. She's like, and I tell you what, I'm a card-carrying pro-life. I'm a pro-life white woman with that believes in the right to bear arms. And I looked at her and told her, I'm so glad you can bear your arms, darling. I said, but I tell you what. What do that have to do with the price of tea and shine? I said, because, I didn't need to know none of that. Oh, I was just saying, I'm a Christian pro-life. I said, girl, and I am a Christian Negro. What is your angle?
Right.
What was she? And I said, Negro. I'm like, I'm a pro-choice Negro who believe in the right to carry on, not bust a cap in your ass.
What was she trying to?
Some white people, you just don't know what the fuck they be trying to do. They don't even know what the fuck they be trying to do. I'm telling you, white people be clueless. They don't be fucking knowing. They just be saying shit just to say it. Like, because it sounded good. And I just be like, man, you ever notice that? White people will tell you their whole life story. And you just be sitting there like, girl, I so did not ask you that shit. They will tell you their whole life story. Hey, let me show you my grandbaby Zane. I don't like his name. Bitch, did I ask you that?
Maybe it's because, you know what I think it is? Because I particularly see that with black and white interaction. Maybe it's they're trying to endear themselves.
They try to blackify it.
That's their. I think that's their version of I have black friends too.
Yeah, they try to blackify it. They try to blackify it. She's like, she says, I'm a for all and says we use her name. Sam and I, we went and got in the pool last night. We didn't have anything to do, so we just went ahead and we got in the pool. I said, girl, must be nice. I said, your light bill must be high as top. She said, she looked at me and she said, I've never heard that expression before. I said, girl, you always in that goddamn pool. I said, why are you always telling me that you in this pool, girl? I don't care. It's always like to try to do the one-up. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't have anything to do, so we went and sat in the pool. Bitch, do you want a cookie? They do this shit. It's hilarious. It's hilarious the shit they do. They always, it's all so, girl, go sit the fuck down. You broke just like me. Exactly. You drive a RAV4. Girl, go sit down. Cut the shit. Cut the shit, bruh. Like, just don't. Fucking white people, bruh. I'm telling you this shit. That's why I say I got to get the fuck up out of here. I'm telling you. I got to get up out of here. I ain't gonna be able to sit too many more years here now.
Yeah.
Yay.
How did you teach your kids about that without making them racist? Like teaching them about the ways.
I will tell you this. Katrina was a blessing because if it wasn't for Katrina, my children would know zero white people. I'm just telling you. If it wasn't for Katrina, my children would know no white people. They would have never seen and been exposed to, like, my oldest daughter, her best friend is from Venezuela. Uh-huh. Like, her best friend is, her best friends are, she has friends from Guatemala. She has a friend from Costa Rica. So, it's diversified them. Mm-hmm. So they know how to interact. They know how to interact with different people. They're not racist. But at the same time, I've had to make sure to keep them cognizant that, hey, baby, let me let you know something. You are black. Make no mistake about it. If it ever comes down to them or you, it's always going to be them. So just know so you don't get your feelings hurt. And so, my oldest daughter didn't really get it at first. And then once she got out in the real world and got in college and started paying attention to things, then she was kind of like, I see what you mean.
What
You know
opened her?
I'm saying?
What happened to open her eyes?
Uh, I can't say. I want to say she mentioned to me one time when she had a different counselor in her high school when she was ready to go to college. But when she was going to ask for information to go to this one school, it's a white small school, but they give, like, if you're under a certain income, they pay for you to go all the way.
Right.
And she wanted to apply to this school. The lady told her, said, well, you might not have any luck with them. Kept trying to push her towards just going to, well, did you think about going to TSU? Or did you think about going to Prairie View? Or did you think about going to one of the other, she was always hinting at a black school. And so, so she was like, no, I know where I want to go. She's like, I just think you'd be a better fit if she was like, no, I'd be a better fit wherever I want to go. So that's when she kind of started paying attention. Because she was, noticing, how they would try to herd black kids into one direction.
Yeah.
Instead of telling them the world is yours and all the fullness thereof, no. So she started paying attention. And now that she chose, my daughter got accepted to 5 schools. She got accepted to Howard. She got accepted to Loyola in New Orleans. She got accepted to Houston Baptist here. She got accepted to Texas State. She got accepted to UT Dallas. She got accepted to, she got accepted to a shitload of schools. But she chose Prairie View. So and I was like, that's interesting. Oh, why you chose Prairie View? Because, we would preach and tell her, me and her dad, we would tell her, go to HBCU, you're not gonna get the same experience if you go somewhere else, they'll be there to help you no matter where you go, blah, 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 blah. And she wound up choosing. Wasn't like we had to force it or, really drive it home, but she chose and she's happy with her choice because she's like, Ma, I see so much stuff. It's so much different than it was, blah, blah, blah. So she kind of sees it. Like her friends who went to UT and A&M, they all dropped out or they back home because it's too big and they didn't make it. And, so she get it. That's cool.
How did you feel? This is the one that you said dated the white Jewish dude, Jewish guy, right?
Yeah.
How did you feel when she brought him home?
Oh, I was cool. Let me tell you something. I love everybody until I ain't got a reason to love you. Okay. I love everybody. People might not, let me tell you, and this is the funny thing, and I'm going to say it here. People may say whatever they say about me or feel however they feel about me because they heard something or somebody said something or whatever. Let me tell you something. I don't have beef with nobody. Okay?
Okay. All right now.
If you got a problem with me, you got a problem. You have a problem with me. I don't have a problem with you.
Okay.
Because that's just not how I like. I don't like living my life like that. If until I'm here for you until you give me a reason not to be. And even then I'm not gonna hate you. I'm not gonna beef with you. It's not gonna be no ongoing foolishness. I just leave you where you are. But it was cool. I learned a lot. She used to go to temple with him when he would go to temple on Friday, and she would go and she was welcomed. His family did a lot of work in civil rights because his parents are much older, of course.
Yeah.
So his parents did a lot of work. With the movement, and so she they were cool. He was a really cool guy. I'm the kind of person, look, You make my child happy, I'm good. I don't care if you're black, white, purple, green, upside down, whatever. I don't care if you're a boy, girl, none of that.
Yeah.
Don't matter to me. As long as you treat my child good, we good. You make my baby cry, I might have to cut you. That's just where I'm at.
Do
Make
you
my baby cry, I'm going to cut you.
do you remember
I'm going to cut you.
do you remember when you found out you were pregnant with her?
What, my oldest?
Yeah.
Oh, that shit was hilarious.
What
Oh, that shit was hilarious.
what happened?
I found out I was pregnant on Valentine's Day, 1995. That shit was so funny. I told my husband at the time. I told him, I said, well, I wasn't married, but
Yeah.
he's her dad. So I said, say, bro, I said, guess what? He said, what? I said, look. I said, listen, I feel kind of off. I was like, I'm not sure. I was like, I'm not late yet. I was like, but I feel kind of weird. I was like, so, I don't know. He was like, all right, well, we'll see. So, went ahead, and we spent Valentine's Day together, and when we went to New Orleans, we spent Valentine's Day in New Orleans. Went, on the way back, his mom and his daddy was bringing us back. And we stopped at Walgreens, so we dipped in the Walgreens and got the pregnancy test, right? And nobody seen, right?
Uh-huh.
Went back, his mom and daddy, they was like, okay, Nona, bye. Dropped me off in the dorm, dropped him off at his apartment. So we on the phone, because ain't no cell phones. I mean, they had cell phones, but fuck, they was the size of your fucking iPad. So, yeah, so, we on the phone or whatever, and he was like, all right, what you gonna do? I was like, let's say take it in the morning, but I can't wait, so I'm gonna take it right now. So my best friend, who was my sweet mate, she's from Houston, and she was like, all right, I'm staying outside the door. So she's staying outside the door or whatever, and lo and behold, I swear, this wasn't just a pee on the stick kind of pregnancy test. This was one of them, do this many drops, and if it turns purple, this, if it turns blue. I was like, Lord Jesus, what kind of poverty stricken, because I couldn't afford no Clear Blue Easy. I can say it anyway. And so that was that. And so I told him, I was like, But he was like, I bet. I was like, what you mean? He was like, I bet. What you want me to do? I was like, okay, well, if you cool, I'm cool. So a couple of days went by. And he was like, I don't know if we're going to be able to do this. And I was like, all right, well, you can bounce.
Wow.
So, no, I'm serious, because, I was just, this was 1995. I'm expecting, you're expecting the worst, because this is when everybody who are teen dads, they get scared, run away. You expect the worst or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, if you gonna bounce, you can bounce or whatever, He was like, nah, I just don't want to have no kid right now. And I was like, okay. I was like, so what you're saying is that you don't want a kid out there, period? So you don't want to have a kid? And he was like, yeah, I'm thinking we ought to go do that. I was like, I tell you what, we will do that. I said, but if we do, don't talk to me no more. You ain't got no more words. We can't even be friends.
You know what?
Really good friends.
I felt the same way. I feel the same way. Like, there was this, not to cut you off, but with one of my exes, I thought she was pregnant. Turns out she wasn't. I dodged the bullet. Good job. So she was talking that mess about, I'm thinking, if I am, it's my choice. I was like, okay. I was like, first, if you if you don't want the baby, okay, fine. Just at least have it and give it to me and go about your business. She's like, no, I don't want to do that.
Right.
She was like, it's my choice. She really got mad and indignant. It's my choice. If I want to have an abortion, I can. I was like, okay, all right. If you have an abortion, all right, that's cool. But don't talk to me. Don't call me. We don't need to talk about nothing else.
No deal.
Yeah,
we can't have no deal.
Like there's no us after that. Like you just aborted my kid. You didn't have to do that.
Right.
So
yeah. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, all right, bet. So night before we were supposed to go do that, he changed the heart. No, we're gonna go ahead. So we went ahead and kept it pumping. His daddy knew from day one. So my father-in-law was like, don't y'all be talking about y'all not gonna have no baby. don't be talking about y'all because he's Catholic. We're all Catholics. Like,
Yeah.
ain't gonna be no abortion. Ain't gonna be no none of this. So shit. From then on, that was just it. It was so funny because I look back on it and I should have been scared out my mind. But I did not even, it was just like, it was almost like I didn't even care. It was just like, okay.
Oh, I'm pregnant.
Like, oh, I'm pregnant? That's what's up. Well, I'll go get my Medicaid. Like, I was just like, what's that? Like, tell me how to do this. So I was like contacting my friends who already had kids. Was like, okay, what I need to do, because shit, I was old having my kids compared to some of my friends.
Yeah.
Because I had some friends that had kids like when we was in like 10th grade and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I mean, I ain't even trip. It's a small thing. I took that shit way too light.
Why do you think you did?
I could say that.
Why do you think you took it so light?
I don't know. I guess because I used to take care of my little sister. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I guess because I knew what to do with a baby, I guess it's different if you don't know what to do for a child. But I just felt like I was going to know what to do for a kid. So I didn't panic, I was like, I know how to take care of a kid, hand behind my back. Like, I think that's why I didn't overreact. But my daughter, who will be 20 in 3 weeks, she's like, Mom, do you understand that by the time you were my age, I'll be 20. She's like, I was 1 year old when you were making 20. She's like, I could not imagine if I had a kid right now. She's like, I just cannot. Like, she's just like, that's too much. That's heavy.
Yep.
She's like, I don't even know how to take care of myself. I don't know how you did it. And just like, she's like, I don't even know how to do my FAFSA all the way on my own. Like, she's like, you out here had a whole kid and was about to have another one and another one after that. So, yeah. So, I mean, I ain't really tripped. But I don't know. I respond to things. I'm really, when it's a crisis or something, I respond. My initial response is, what can I do? What can I do right now?
Me too.
Yeah. I'm very like, okay, how can I help? How can I fix this right now? You know what I'm saying? What can I do right now? How can I help this right now? And that's a character flaw because I'm always throwing my cape on to save something or save somebody or look out for something, and I always wind up getting fucked over behind it. So I'm like, okay, as I'm getting ready to start approaching 40, I'm about to have to revamp how I do this. Because I'm so solution-oriented. And, like, Katrina really made me like that. Like, Katrina made me like, crisis, got to find a solution, got to have this, got to do that, got to do that. So I spring into action in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody say they need something or somebody sick or something, I'll be like, what you need me to do? Tell me where you need me to go. Like, just tell me what to do and I'm on it. Like, literally, that's how I am. So, yeah, like, I respond to crisis, I black out, and I just get into tunnel mode, and I just be gone.
With,
So
with the kids the age they are and social media being so prevalent how it is now, and you being such a force on social media,
I ain't nobody forced on social media. What are you talking about?
You're a force. You're a force. And it's a good thing. And what I mean by this, I mean in terms of you have a voice that's heard, and not only that, you have a voice that's respected. And you bring a certain light and a certain positivity to whatever social media form that you're on, be it humor, and you're always trying to help somebody. So that's what I mean by that. Are your kids on social media? Do they find it odd that you tweet? Do y'all follow each other? Like, how does that work?
My oldest and I follow each other. We went through this stage where when we would beef out, if we would beef publicly, and my friends would tell her, Lord, please stop. Your mama is going to drag you in front of all of America. Please stop. Like, she would try it. I would see her say something like if we done just got into it and I see her tweet something, I'd be like, you want to run it back? Like, don't do this to me. Like, we would do
Oh,
that. My youngest,
that's her
but
outlet.
no, but that was when she was a senior in high school, and I used to have to let her know, please don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying?
Uh
But my youngest, she has Twitter, and we have each other blocked. And we have each other blocked because she blocked me, okay? And I'm like, but I don't, I'm not that parent. I understand how social media works.
Yeah.
I understand all of that. I get it, and I get that's your free place for free thought. You're going to curse, you're going to do whatever you're going to say.
Yeah.
I respect that. I'm not even lurking your timeline because, I don't care. And that's not to say I don't care, but I got you sitting right here in my face, and I have hands on you. So if need be, you know what I'm saying? So if need be, I can corral you. But otherwise, you're not saying nothing on social media that's wild and ridiculous, so it's no thing. But her thing is just that, oh my God, Mom, you were on my time, my baby girl. Mom, you were on my timeline today. I was like, what? She's like, oh my God.
Because you know what you're doing.
Like, yeah, she's like, oh my God, Mom. And then my son, he has a Twitter. But what's funny about his Twitter is nobody knows what his Twitter is, not even his sister. So they're like, wait, hold up, shit. Why we don't know your Twitter? Like, that's baby on him. Like, hold up, why we don't know yours? So we did some lurking and investigating, and we was like, we gonna figure out that Twitter. So we found it. He don't know we found it. But we be like, we be going to be nosy.
That's cool.
It's funny.
That is cool. So you didn't like pull it to the side and was like, yo, we need to talk about you blocking me.
I'm like, keep me blocked.
That's
you
cool.
gonna block me, but then when you got me blocked, but then when you want to know what's going on in the world, you want to go look at my timeline.
Right. Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah, she's like, oh my God, Mom, let me go check your timeline. I'm like, oh, I thought you had me blocked. Like, but you be knowing what's going on. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess.
Did they bring you to social media, or did you bring them to social media? Or did y'all just do it on your own?
I brought my kids to. It's so funny. I introduced my kids to stuff. Like, I told my kids about Drake. I was like, do y'all listen to this kid Drake? Like, this was in 2009. I was like, y'all familiar with Drake? And they were like, what? I was like, yeah, this light-skinned rapper dude. He's like, no. And I was like, y'all should listen to it. Now, everybody's like, oh, Drake, oh. I had Twitter before anybody else had it. It was like, yeah. So I guess I keep my household current. I like to tell them, look, I keep everybody current.
Yeah.
I keep everybody current. So, I can't have y'all out there looking ridiculous.
Right.
Looking like Facebook. I can't have y'all looking like
8
Facebook.
years behind.
Yeah, like what was that a couple of weeks ago? It was on Facebook. It was like Ruby D died. Rest in peace. Oh my God, this lady died last year.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Did y'all just find out? Like, did it just hit the Facebook?
Exactly.
Oh God, it's so late.
Do you how do you as a whole in general? Do your kids think it's dope that you're on Twitter?
Yeah, they don't care. They don't care. They dig it because, they see, if I'm really doing stuff, if I'm helping people or if people look out for me or if I'm able to connect them with, like, I've had a lot of people on social media really look out for me and really, look out for my kids and put me in touch with people who can help my kids and who can help me accomplish my goals. So it's like they don't see social media the way the rest of the world does. They see social media like at work. They see it, the power of networking.
Yeah.
So they see that, because they're like, oh, I can literally go to any city and somebody, if I was stuck out, somebody is going to offer me their couch.
That's amazing, right?
So
That is cool.
Yeah,
That's dope. Yeah.
it is. Like, social media makes it possible for you to literally not have strangers. Like, you could be connected to people around the world. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I could go to London and I would have somewhere to stay.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's wow.
Yep.
It's wild, but it's dope at the same time.
Yep.
So when they see like a lot of the negative stuff that happens as a result of social media, they see the positive stuff too.
That's good.
So yeah, so they dig it. They think it's pretty cool.
Now, them, being your children, they your babies, do you allow them the room to do on their social media? I mean, within lenient reason, to do as they please
Yeah,
on
well
their
they
social
know.
media.
Yeah, because they have. I mean, first of all, they know that even they know that I'm subject to bum rush the spot in a minute.
Yeah.
So they know that I will clap if I need to. But my oldest daughter, she's 19. She's an adult. I can't tell her what to do. You know what I'm saying? So what she chooses to do on her social media is her business. My son will be 18 in 3 weeks. What he chooses to do with his social media is his business once he gets to that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I try to give my children autonomy to make smart decisions, because I know that I've taught them to make smart decisions.
Yeah.
So I try to give them that autonomy. And I know they won't fuck it up because their thing is they don't never want me to be disappointed. Because if I be like, you know what, that really hurt me, that really disappointed me, then they be like, oh my God. Because like, oh my God, mom is disappointed. Like, what level of fuck up did I just do? Like, yeah. So that's how they are. So they're not trying to get on my bad side that way. So I mean, I allow them space to be who they are, because they're older. Now, if they were much smaller, then of course, yeah. But they're not little babies. And I know that they're gonna do these things whether I'm aware or not.
Yeah.
So I kind of tend to just, hey, let's put it all out on the table.
Yeah.
That way, ain't no secrets. That way, if something happens, I can help you respond or, whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's
But
so that's so dope.
yeah, it's cool. It's pretty cool.
Let's change gears a little bit. You have a music podcast that's coming out. Tell us a little bit about that.
Ah, feels like real music with my best male friend. I keep telling him if by the time I'm 45, if he has not had the biggest wedding, he's going to be my gay baby.
Aw.
He's going to be gay baby. I told him, I said, look, we're going to have a big wedding, and all we're going to do, we're going to get married so that we can share benefits because you my BFF, and so that we can have all the dope music and all the dope food, and we just going to have a wonderful friendship for the rest of our life, but we'll be married. Like, he's like, that's dope. I'm like, yeah. I tell my husband all the time, I'll be like, look, I'm letting you know right now, something ever happened to you, get married to Eric, my BFF, my gay babe, so that we can have. And he's like, child, do what you do, do what you do whatever you do. Like, just letting you know, you drop dead, that's just what it's gonna be. But yeah, so it's called Feels Like Real Music, and it's me and Abs for Prez.
Okay.
And I don't know if people follow, people who are listening who follow me, we talk about music all the time. Like, I would say a hot 80% of my timeline is music. And so, we had been talking about it. We were like, we should do this. We should do this. We should do that. And so finally, it's like, yeah, we're going to go ahead on and do it. So it's an R&B podcast. We're going to talk about, classic hip hop or whatever,
Yeah.
every now and then. But R&B is our lane. And so we're going to try to, we're going to have a nice little format for it.
Okay.
And, have, guests and people who want to come and talk. And we'll set up playlists on Spotify for each show as a reference. If you want to, if if you want to listen to a playlist that's centered around that specific podcast episode, you'll be able to find it on Spotify.
And Apple Music too.
Yeah.
Apple Music and Apple Music. And Apple Music.
Yeah, and Apple
Oh,
Music
okay,
and
okay,
Apple
cool,
Music
okay,
also.
okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So we'll make the set the playlist, and then that way, people can match the playlist to the episode and kind of get an idea. We're gonna do stuff like musical families and production families and stuff like that. So it's to do what we like, but to educate people also, because R&B, I kind of say it's like a lost art now. It's kind of like dying genre.
Oh yeah,
it's a dying genre, and so to really hear authentic R&B, you have to listen to old music. So yeah, we want to kind of keep it alive as much as we can, like find those one-hit wonders that you always wondered, I wonder what happened to them. Mm-hmm. Social media makes it possible for us to reach out to them, and they're willing to talk. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty cool. So, that's what we're going to do, and that's going to start October 16th.
Uh-oh.
And we're really looking forward to that. Yeah.
All right.
We are looking forward to that, and it's basically just going to be like a party in your ears.
When y'all get it started, I want to have y'all back on the show to promote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Let me tell you. Yeah. You think I'm bad. Eric is just, oh my God.
Feels like real music.
He's my spirit. He's my other spirit animal. We're each other's spirit animal.
Oh.
So yeah.
That's nice. And I wanna be on you guys' show too. I wanna be on.
Yeah. Yeah, we've already said that. We don't want it to just be us. We don't spread the love around and, have it like that. And eventually we both want to kind of do the thing that's gone now is the Quiet Storm mix. Remember when we was growing up every night at a certain time, and they don't have a Quiet Storm mix anymore?
If your city,
so the long time,
if your city didn't have a Quiet Storm, your radio station was Triznash. Like,
bruh, listen, if you didn't have the Quiet Storm, what was it in? Was it 103? Which one was it in?
V103. V103 with the Quiet Storm. That's how they used to say it. That's how they used to say it.
And look, the thing is, let me tell you, my favorite song is "Send for Me" by Atlantic Starr. And we used to come to Atlanta. I used to travel to Atlanta 4 times a year because I still had family there. Uh-huh. And so we used to come like 4 times a year as I was growing up, and it would never fail. Every time we would get right past Nona, when we would pass Nona, like maybe about 15 minutes later, "Send for Me" would come on. So I always affiliate that song with like happy good times because I was like, get to go kick it with my cousins and blah, 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 blah. And so I was always associated with that. Uh-huh. So, yeah. So that's my shit. But yeah, the Quiet Storm. Like, the Quiet Storm is it. So eventually we want to have it where, if somebody hear us and like, hey, y'all really got something. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, if they want to pick it up, cool. But that's something that's needed. It's something that's needed. These kids don't know what music is unless their parents listen to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, my kids' taste in music is awesome. Their friends, maybe not so much. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not so much because they don't really know too much about it. But,
I think everybody has. There's a ton of Quiet Storm songs, but I think when people think of Quiet Storm, I think everybody has that one song. Like for me, when I think of Quiet Storm, I think of Janet Jackson, Anytime, Any Place. That's what hit me when I think about it.
That was one.
Anytime.
That was one.
Any place.
Another one for me is the other one for me is it's the Isley Brothers. Nope, it's not Between the Sheets. Oh, I believe you are a rainbow. Girl, you're all I need.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
Girl, you're all I need. y'all always think about that, or a house is not a home, because they'll wear that out on Quiet Storm. So it's always you just remember, and it puts you in another place. It kind of puts you in another place, and it makes you feel like, you know what? Yeah, this is all right.
I look forward to that.
And a Quiet Storm will literally put you in a whole nother mood. Not necessarily a romantic mood, but it take you down some.
It was,
you know what I'm saying?
It was a calm down. Like, it was a wind down.
Yeah, it was like, still, you had your day all day. You were stressed out. You was going through whatever you went through in the day. Sit somewhere. Me personally, I think of a Quiet Storm, especially in the summertime. You know what I'm saying? It's summer and it's hot and the days is long and summer madness come on Quiet Storm and you outside shooting shit. You know what I'm saying? Talking with your people. Something like that.
You know what Quiet Storm song that I cannot forget? Like, as a kid, I used to always hear it, and when I got older, I never knew the name of it. So I kind of had, because there's no words to it. So how do you search it? So I went to Google and I just started typing out how I thought it sounded. It turned out it was Moments in Love.
Yep, that's it. That's the one.
That is the title track to any Quiet Storm.
Yes, you better have it on there.
I didn't realize it was like 18 million different versions of Moments in Love.
Now the best version of it is the one with the piano intro.
Yes.
See, that's the best one.
Yes.
That's the best one.
You is my sister.
I'm telling you, man. I be knowing.
Man, I can't wait for it.
So let's talk. Let me reverse this. Let me ask you some questions.
Oh shit. Let's go.
Oh hell. Okay.
Okay.
Let the people know.
Okay.
Is Mr. Shitty taken?
Yes, I am.
The ladies need to know. Yeah. Get open. I don't want no shit. I don't want no shit.
Yeah.
Don't be messing with my friend and his bait, because we will cut you. And I don't even know his bait. But guess what? I will cut you.
You might follow her. You probably follow her. Actually, so I interviewed her about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and she actually, I didn't know people wanted to hear an interview of me, so she did that. But yeah, we are actually to be. What's funny is next month on my birthday we will be a year.
Hey.
Yeah,
how did you meet them?
All right, so she lives in Chicago. On Twitter, her name is Pinky Balboa. That's my baby.
Claim your bed publicly.
That's right. That's right.
Leave him alone. Get over.
That's right.
Get over. Don't play no games.
So we
will come for your Burger King clown.
We met in Chicago last February. We were so Marilee, you probably follow her too. Marilee, she's a comedian, and she had a show. It was a 1-person show, and it was phenomenal. People came from all over, like the house was packed out, and so Brittany, she kind of like gave me like the rundown of the city. I'd never been to Chicago, and she kind of, really chaperone. Well, I don't want to say chaperone, but she just really went all out to make sure that I was comfortable and that I knew what was going on. The first thing I noticed about is how animated she was. Now, we would interact on Twitter, and I thought she was cool. I thought she was cute. But when I met her, I knew that she was going to be someone that I liked. I did not know how captivated I was going to be by her. And it was to a point that I didn't want to admit to myself that I liked her, because after I left, I couldn't stop thinking about her. So eventually, I told her.
She got in your head.
Yeah, she did. Like we had a really great time. Like it was cool. Like I think what it was it was her and Linda that was supposed to come to my hotel because we were going to all ride together. So Linda, for whatever reason, ended up not showing, and it gave me and Brittany a time to bond and kind of like really talk. And so
Right.
yeah. So so at that point, she wasn't really. I think she had just gone through a couple of situations, so she wasn't really looking for a relationship. What she needed was a friend, and what my message to her
And
was
that's the best thing you could be. That's the best thing you could be.
So because I wasn't really ready for a relationship, I was in a better place than where I had been previously. But what happened was I put it out there how I was feeling towards her.
Yes, it was.
I told her how I felt about her, and I put all my cards on the table and let her know. And she took a minute, thought about it. She was saying, how, she, wasn't in that place. And I told her, I said, that's completely fine because, the part that you may have missed is I want to be your friend. I want to know you as a friend. I like you and I want to see where this goes, but I want to be your friend. And I think she was skeptical of that at first, but I had done nothing but showed her that I want to be her friend. I wanted to learn her. I wanted to understand her and who she was and build from
Look at
that.
that.
So, yeah.
Look at that. Look at that. Now, when is your birthday?
October 23rd.
That's right.
I kick off Scorpio season.
I forgot you're outcast.
Oh,
Forgot
man. Damn.
Forgot about that. You're still born in October, but I'm going to have to go ahead on and let you put you on the other side.
Oh, man.
Of the scale. Put you on the other side of the scale. All right. So, doing your podcast, what do you find has been the most challenging thing about a podcast?
You know what? I get nervous before every episode. I have no idea why. I just don't ever want to fuck it up. I think I don't want to get into a dry spot. I want my listeners to be able to relate to it. I think the hardest part, because once I get going, it's pretty good.
Once you get going, you good.
Yeah, but I think the hardest part about my podcast, let me think. I think the hardest part is actually reaching out to people. Now,
you don't know how they're going to respond.
Right. So, I'm personable. You know what I mean? I get along with people. I have a good rapport with people. But at the same time, it's a very humbling experience. Plus, I'm an introvert. So, I don't really want to deal with people unless I have to deal with people. So, it's hard because I don't want them to think that this is just any old other podcast, or this is just some shit I'm doing because it's just a hot thing to do at the moment. There's a purpose behind it, and I really enjoy doing it. So I think the hardest part is just probably reaching out to people, and then the next part is because I work so much, it's trying to keep my website current, OTAPshow.com. Trying to keep it current. I'm gonna get better about it, I promise. But yeah, so I would probably say that's probably what it is.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Okay.
All right, this. So there's a thing where people say that, people tell me, you're like a Twitter celebrity. You're like a black Twitter celebrity. Okay. I don't buy into that shit.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that right now. I don't buy into that shit. I am not a Twitter celebrity. I'll be struggling to pay my bills just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here for none of the extra. I try to talk to everybody who talks to me. If you don't weird me out, as long as it's not too weird. I try to talk to everybody who talks to me. Like literally, like when Twitter jail was existing, I used to go to Twitter jail because I used to talk to people. Right. I used to, if they talk, I talk back, because I know what that feels like. You know what I'm saying? To be talking to somebody who's quote unquote Twitter famous, and then they just be ignoring you. Yeah. And you're like, oh my God, I just said something to you and you totally ignored the shit out of me. You know what I'm saying? Like you really you feel some kind of way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You feel some kind of way because you're like,
Yeah.
damn, well, ain't like you famous for real to be ignoring people.
Right. Right.
You know, so I try to talk to people, you know, as much as possible. What do you think about that whole Twitter celebrity type? What do you think about that?
I think what it is it's kind of a it's some form of something that people have seen maybe coming up in school. So whether it
Or like the cool kids table?
kind of, because I think what it is it's definitely a misconception to a degree, right? So you may have a person that's just extremely charismatic, and they're not doing anything other than just being themselves, and because their personality is magnetic, it attracts other people to it. And so someone on the outside that's not that person, they kind of see that as some form of reverence, and it can go two ways. It can make them angry, or it can make them just want to go in. A lot of times what you see is when you hear a person say something, use the term quote unquote Twitter celebrity. In most cases, it's coming from a place of, well, I'm not that, and this is my way of kind of, it's almost kind of trying to diminish it, or I don't want to say belittle.
Yeah.
But I've heard it used in, most times I hear it used in condescending fashions. Now I don't think
Yeah,
that's the
in a
case.
condescending way.
I don't think that's
Yeah.
the case all the time. But I think what it is people look at themselves and compare themselves to other people. So they'll look at, in
Yeah.
this case, their follower count, and then they'll look at your follower count, and for some reason that means something. Now, does your voice spread a little bit further than someone else? Probably does. Does that mean that you're any less down to earth because you have 10, 20,000 people following you? Probably not. And people don't get
Right.
past that because they can't. That's what that means to them. That's why I tell people about my show. Like, it's not about, like, the people I have on my show. It's not about follower counts. Everybody has a story. Yeah, there are going to be some
Yeah.
people that have 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 followers. Yeah, of course. From one standpoint, that's just good marketing. I'm doing that for you. You know what I mean? Like, to get the voice out. But on the other hand, it's like, just kind of just, be cool. Like, my range in terms of guests has nothing to do with follower count. It's either someone has referred them to me. I think they're interesting. Maybe I saw them say something. You wanted to be on the show. Each and everybody has a story, so that's kind of where I go from it. But that's how I kind of feel about the term "quote unquote" Twitter celebrity. I think it's cool. I just don't. I think most people use it. They're being condescending.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. So, have you ever had any bad experiences with people who are quote unquote Twitter famous and then they feel like they can talk to you any kind of way? Have you ever had that experience before?
You know what? Not from someone that I would think was quote unquote or fit the bill of being Twitter famous. I don't think I've ever had anybody, because generally for the most part I like to think I get along with any and everybody. Now that's not to say I haven't had issues, because I certainly have. But I don't think I've had anybody try to use their position as a mass follower haver or what have you.
Yeah, to send the swarm to come and pack you.
Right. Now,
Right.
have I gone toe to toe with some people on a topic? Yeah, I have, and I understand the dynamics and the metrics of that, but I don't think I've had anybody with that fit that bill come down on me.
Yeah.
Because
So-
they can
so-
get it too, so I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it's no discrimination. And I just noticed it's kind of like a dynamic where it's like so many different like subgroups of people. Like
Yeah.
it's like it's almost like everybody in this group isn't gonna like this person. Everybody in this group doesn't like that person. Everybody in this, it's so ridiculous. Like, and it's really it's really based solely on perception. You know, because a lot of times if you just have a conversation with somebody, like all of these, I don't like her because la 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 la. I heard la la. I don't like him because I hear
Do
this
you do
blah
you
blah
know
blah.
there are people that don't like certain people solely because they have a large following?
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that before. Like
Like,
you got
yo,
all
that
this.
is like mind boggling
That's
to me.
wild. That's wild.
Somebody asked
That's
me
like
somebody
beyond
asked me the other
wild.
day, how do you have so many followers? And I was like, really, to be honest with you, I didn't know until you just said something that 20 oh, what do I have? 24, 25? I don't know what I got. But whatever it is, I was unaware that was considered it's 2,000, I
Yeah,
guess. That's a lot. And
yeah.
second, I didn't do anything but just
To get them, like
tweet
you
people.
got some people that get all these massive followers,
Yeah.
like. Yeah,
I
like
just
some of these people, they have that one event that gets all the people to the yard, that brings all the
yeah.
people to the yard.
Yeah.
Like to this day, I still don't know how. Like I don't know why these people are following me. Like, why are you here? Like,
The one constant that I found amongst people that have acquired that a certain amount is they don't waver from being themselves, and they're unapologetic about it. That's the one constant that I've seen. That's the only formula that I've seen. That
ah,
yeah, like think about you and some of the people that you know. You don't apologize for your opinions and who you are. You say what you want. You don't necessarily go and try to engage in drama. I know I certainly don't look for it. And
yeah,
you know,
I don't.
and you have an incredible sense of humor. So
And
that in itself
I really
attracts.
don't think I'm funny because I really just be
Oh no,
saying
you're
what I'm
hilarious.
saying.
You're hilarious.
Like
When we had that
I have
conversation,
these.
when we had that conversation about Hall and Oates, yeah, you're hilarious.
Bruh. Oh my God. Yeah, that was some shit. Like, seriously, dude? Like, you need to make up your mind. You tired of playing on my team, but then you want to play one on one? Like,
Hey,
what is this?
this
Like,
is
I'm telling you.
this is
It's
a cool segment.
craziness.
This is a cool segment. I've not had anybody ask me questions on my show like this before. This is dope. I might need to introduce that.
Yeah. Yeah, you might want to, let them be like, hey, now this is the time where you can ask me a couple of questions too.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, it's fun. It's
yeah,
fun. And it's spontaneous because you don't know what somebody might ask.
exactly.
You never know what somebody might ask you, So let me ask you. I'm
Okay,
going to ask you a question.
okay.
Ask me any question based on something you might have seen or heard about me,
The
and I'll
question is
answer
me
it.
ask you a question. That's not a question.
Yes,
That's not a
you
question.
can.
How is it a
No. Well,
question?
no, I told you to ask me a question.
All right, okay.
Oh, look at that. You looking at the game? Oh, Denver just, oh,
I
wow.
didn't. I'm getting these. I'm getting the
Wow.
updates on my phone though.
Fourth
What?
of flag is coming back.
Oh, okay. All right. So
Okay,
ask you a question about.
okay.
Say it again.
Ask me a question about anything that you may have heard about me, or positive or negative, and I'll answer it.
I gotta think. Let me see. I don't. I can't think of anything negative. Let me see. Let me think. Let me think. You be cooking for people?
Um, if they ask, yeah.
I've heard
I don't
that.
mind.
I've heard that you've gone places and you've cooked for people. I think that's what I've heard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Um.
whenever I go to DC, I cook.
Okay. Cool. Because yeah, we can get in the kitchen.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
think.
but see, I'm the kind of person that if you show hospitality to me, then I respond by cooking.
That's nice.
So that's what I do. I mean, like, and you don't have to even buy the food that I make.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, I got you.
How about that? That's that New Orleans.
Yeah,
That's that New
yeah, I
Orleans right
got
there.
you. Yeah, and
Everybody
I'm
that
gonna make.
I've known.
I'm gonna do everything like I do. Like I mean, it's the funniest thing is like when I go to hotels or whatever.
Uh huh.
I treat it just like it's my house. You know, some people, they go to the hotel, they leave everything all over the place. I'm a guest. I'm on vacation. I don't do that. Even when I come to your house, I be cleaning your kitchen. You don't have to do that. Oh, please. I'm in here. I got nothing else to do. Like, that's just how I am.
Everybody that I've known from New Orleans has had that same mentality. Like they will do for you. They are inviting. They are warm. All of those great things.
Like, that's just what they do.
I wish I had something.
It is that way.
I wish I had something better to ask, but I don't really have anything negative. Or anything like anything like that one would consider I don't know. I didn't really have anything like super shocking or anything because
that's dope.
Yeah, no, it is.
Well, that's dope.
I was just thinking from my listener standpoint. Like that's not been my experience. And then plus I don't necessarily read my timeline that often. I usually just jump on there and just send out tweets. So I'm not looking for anything.
Yeah, me too. I live in my mentions. I be in my mentions.
I thought I was the only one. Okay, so you know what I mean.
And then I peek at the timeline and be like, oh, y'all on that today.
Yeah.
It's back to the mentions. All right.
Right.
This what y'all doing today? I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Like, I'll get with y'all later on when all the fussy cussy people want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Like, because this is a certain time of day. If you try to tweet, your blood pressure gonna go through the roof. Don't even worry about it.
Oh yeah. Okay, so it's that time again for the ass eating topic. All right, cool. Let me go back and find. Let me go and search and see what the trends are today. Let me go find some news or some shit on CNN and Twitter. I'll just go do something different, completely different. Period. So yeah.
Right. Just be like anything. Yeah. It's just whatever.
All right, cool.
Just whatever.
Anything else for me?
Well, it was fun. This was fun.
Yeah, it was.
I'm gonna have to get you and Bay on a podcast together.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Check out the one that the episode I did with my girlfriend. It was actually a 2-parter, and it was actually covered some really deep things, but we got a lot of great feedback about our interaction. And then again, you will hear us again whenever I put out the episode where she interviewed me. So I would.
Yeah! That's dope. I love it. I'm telling you. I'm here for all of it.
Yeah. I want you to go back and check them out.
I'm here for all of it. Yeah. I'm here for all of it.
She would love to do it. I would love to be on.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make sure when we do our duet episode, I'm gonna see if I can have both of y'all. Come on.
Let's do it. Yeah. That'll work.
And y'all gotta be prepared to talk music.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, she's definitely that's definitely her arena. That anything Chicago house music. I mean, it's mine as well. I definitely grew up in a house full of rhythm and blues. Everything. But now I think nowadays, like I branch out so much. Like I'm a huge Sinatra fan. I like a lot of rock. You know, I still listen to hip hop.
Oh yeah. As I'm getting older, I'm into Sinatra also.
Yeah.
Like
Sinatra knew what he was talking about. He
kind of mellows me out.
Yes, me too.
He mellows me out.
Yeah. Sinatra had the instructions. You just had to listen.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. But this was fun. I wanna like I said, I'm gonna have you back on. I have a couple of different podcast events coming up in terms of like I like to do these roundtables. I've done one so far, but I'm gonna have some different themed ones. Love to have you back on there. I might even have you come back to help me host an episode. I'm gonna start bringing back some guests to help me interview other people. Like I have
anytime, man. Look, if you ever need anything, hit me up.
I told you my sister now.
Yeah, we're related. We're related.
There it is. That'll work. So
we're related.
Before I get you out of here, plug your podcast, plug your Twitter, plug a website, plug anything you got going on. that you want people to know
Yeah,
about?
the podcast is going to be filled like real music when it drops. The week leading up to it, the website and everything will be up, suggestions, the whole nine, questions, and it's with me, She So Sadiddy, at She So Sadiddy, and my friend Eric at EB4Prez, Prez, and yeah, that's it.
That'll work. Awesome. This is a great episode. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah. I love talking.
I'd like to thank our guests for coming on today. And if you'd like to be a guest on the show, send an email to otap@writeme.com. Follow the conversation on Twitter by searching the hashtag OTAP, that's OTAP, or following us on Twitter at OTAPshow. You can find the show on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Android users can listen to the podcast on Podcast Republic. Just download the app and search OTAPshow. On behalf of our guest, I'm your host, Corey, and I'll see you back here next week on the Air Podcast, starring you.